Alright, let's get our possible values. Madeline, what is my p-value? -2. Okay, so the p-value is the last term, guys. Just take the absolute value, so don't worry about a positive or negative. Madeline, can you tell me all the numbers that multiply to be 2? 1 times 2, right? And your q value? The q value is the number in front of the leading coefficient, or is the leading coefficient, so it's just 1. Madeline, tell me all the numbers we're going to test. 1, positive 1, so 1 divided by 1, and then we're separating those, so 1, you said -2? Any other numbers? Positive 2 and -1. Raise your hand if you got that so far. Okay? Thank you, Madeline. Johnny, did you find a number that works? Alright, Johnny. Why don't you help us by picking a number that you think would work? Okay, those are the numbers we're going to test. So those are the numbers that go right here. So which one of these do you want to pick?
1.
Johnny, tell me the numbers to write here.
1, 0, -5, -6, -2.
Raise your hand if you wrote those 5 numbers. Johnny recognized that there was a placeholder. Your descending order. Okay, Johnny, help us complete synthetic division.
So you have to bring the 1 down. You do 1 times 1, which is 1. And then 1 plus 0, which is 1. And then after that, you do 1 times 1, which is 1. And then 1 plus -5, which is -4. Then you do 1 times -4, which is -4. Then you do -6 plus -4, which is 10.
-10?
Yeah, -10, sorry. And then you do 1 times -10, which is -10. And then you do -10 plus -2, which is -12. And that's it.
Okay. So Johnny, I have a question for you. Does our remainder equal to 0?
No.
Is it a factor?
Yes. No.
Not a factor. Okay. So we can't use 1.
No.
Thank you, Johnny.
Yes.
Jasmine, pick another number for us to test. Oh, she's not here. Amy, she's not here. Brian, H. -1, he says. Let's try -1. Brian, tell me what to write. Uh-huh. And when you add those, you get 0. Is it a factor?
Yes.
Brian? Is it a factor?
Yeah, it's a
Factor. So, -1 works. Okay, what does that mean for us? We now have to write these into our as factors. Thank you, Brian. Brenda, tell me what to write. Brenda, what did you write in these parentheses? Okay. -1, right? X the second. -2. Okay? Brenda, what number did you test? Because I can't factor this by grouping. Sorry. Okay, you tested -1. Brenda, can you tell me the numbers to right here, please? Keep going. Yep. Yes. -2. Thank you. Jocelyn, help us complete the synthetic division. It's -1. Add. What does that mean, Jocelyn? It's a factor. Yes. Okay. Let's bring it all together now. Question? Yeah.
Like, now you put 2, like, at the very beginning. It's like 2 of them, and you put X plus 1 squared.
These. Yeah. I'll show you why you may not want to do that. Armando J, tell me what to write.
X plus 1. X minus 1 plus 1. And then x squared minus 2x minus 2.
Raise your hand if you got that. Good. Now Brian was asking, can I make this x plus 1 squared? Yes, that might make it really nice and tidy. But what do you guys need to do next? Did we factor this completely? Can you factor that again?
No.
If you use the x, two numbers that multiply to be -2, add to be -2, there's no two numbers, right? So this is prime. Now you guys need to solve it. We're okay? Partner A, tell partner B, how do you solve the problem? And I'll give you guys 4 minutes to work. Ready, second? All right. You go? Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Evelyn. What do I do? How do I solve it?
I wrote down the quadratic formula.
Okay. Tell me what to write.
Is x equals -e plus minus square root of e to the second power minus 4ac divided by 2a.
Question. In the quadratic formula for this one down here, what is our a value?
1,
B?
-2,
C.
-2.
Go ahead and substitute and simplify.
I got x equals -2 plus minus square root of parentheses, -2 parentheses square root minus 4 parentheses 1 parentheses -2 divided by 2 parentheses 1.
You'll notice that every substitution I'm doing here is within a parentheses. A common mistake is to have written -2 right here. The answer is actually, what is it, class? +2. Because it's the opposite of B. That's why I use parentheses. -2 is 4. Class, -4 times 1 times -2. +8 divided by 2. X equals 2 plus or minus square root of 12 over 2. Square root of 12 is 4 times 3, and the square root of 4 is 2. So square root of 12 is 2 radical 3. Okay, this is the one that's the harder one here. I'm going to factor out a 2, or greatest common factor. You have 1 plus or minus radical 3 all over 2. I can cancel out my 2's, and let's write out all of our solutions now. I have 1 plus radical 3, 1 minus radical 3, and we forgot the 2 easy ones. Now the reason why I think it's better to actually write this out twice is because it shows you that you have x equals -1 twice. And why that's important is because then you have a double root there. So in this problem you have 4 real solutions. I know that there are 4 because the highest degree tells you the max number of x-intercepts. In this problem for the quadratics, it was not factorable, so you had to use the quadratic formula. And then the 2 linear factors you could just set equal to 0 and get negative.